Hey there, it's me Red Knight and welcome back to my channel for a new game announcement. Now I've been playing this game all weekend and a few days into last week as well. I've been playing the test version of the game and now I'm actually connected to the real version. So what you're seeing now will be a little different than what I've actually got once I start playing the game for real with the rest of you around the world. Now the game is called Everdale and it's the latest one for Supercell and it's going to be available in the following countries. So are you ready? Australia, Canada, Denmark, Finland, Hong Kong, Iceland, Malaysia, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Singapore, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. Now, if you have an Apple account or an Android account in any of those countries, you will be able to download Everdale and then start playing it. Now, for someone like me, this is a game that I kind of like. It's a game that I've actually got to think about. It's a game where I can work with others. It's a game where I can be creative. And it's a game where I don't have to worry about people attacking me and taking what I've already done. But it is also very community based. I must admit, since I've started playing the game, I've been here every day and I keep coming back and checking, seeing how my characters are doing, seeing what I need to make, and it is very, very intensive in a lot of ways, but I like that. Now, Everdale has been released under another name, and some of you may have seen it out there being played by other players, but it's now been brought over into the Supercell sphere of games and it's been renamed to Everdale, and any of those players who played the other version of the game will be able to claim back their purchases and will also get something towards actually playing the game of Everdale now that it's changing over and we are all able to access it. For everybody else that played the original game, thank you very much for doing it. The feedback and the information that the games company has been getting, in this case Supercell and another company, we appreciate that one a lot. Right, let's get into the game. Now, as you can see, I've got a beautiful crop of trees and kind of a circular shape here. Now, when you first play the game, it's very cloud-based, so you can't actually see outside of your circle. You'll see there's a lot of trees there. You can chop those trees down. You can add buildings. You can start developing and creating your own little mini village. The design, the layout is completely down to you. Now, you are given characters. Each character will have a certain amount of things that they can do. As you progress the game, you can add skills to them so they can start doing even more things. It's a kind of like development and adding to their abilities style game. You are going to have to feed them, you are going to have to manage your tasks, and it is also very time consuming in some ways. But I do like it. I've already leveled up to level 5, but my level will be reset very soon indeed. Now, once you level up and you get to a certain stage, you'll start to notice that certain things will happen. So if I zoom out a little bit, you'll see my circle becomes a little bit smaller as it encloses in. You'll see over here there's Gizmo's little circle of trees. Come down here, there's Nick at Night, there's Malt as an example, there's some buildings which is a bakery, there's like the wizard's library over there. We move around, there's the actual loom building, there's the sheep farm, there's Corey over there as well. You've got Ben Tim. Down here you've got Phoebe, you've got Rude with Frackles. So we've all been testing the game and we've all joined the same team at this moment. Now, within the actual valley itself that you've joined, you're working together to basically expand and build up the valley. And if you look here, you can see the different kind of buildings that you can do. And as you progress, you'll start to develop all of these and then build up the great library, giving yourself much, much more to do. And there's a lot of achievements. As you can see, there's like 30,000 tokens worth of achievements there, plus even more. So it's definitely something that can be expanded on. You've got boats down here in the harbour which have a variety of tasks that you can do either individually or as a community. And once they've done, the boat sails, and you have very time limit. If you don't have the resources, don't worry, you can gem them from your gems. And there's a couple of boats down there, and you'll basically fill those up. Things like the wheating down there, please be aware that the wheating takes like 6 hours. Like, holy smoke, that's very different than Heyday. Over here you've got like a sheep farm as well, and then it takes 2 hours to get the wool on this case. Over here you've got the actual tailor who will make a section of clothing, and as a team you start working together and you start building up the items you can make. You can then start producing more. Now at the moment the number of slots available is very, very limited, so as you start leveling up the actual characters and the services as a group, then they can start making more. Now, like with Heyday as an example, there's a specific production. With Clash of Clans and the other games, again, there is that you've got to do this first before you can do this. And it has that nice level progression, which I really do like. So as such, okay, this is a game that I think players can get into very, very easily and relax and enjoy, work together with a nice community once you get into it. Now, if I go back to my one over here, you'll see this is my village. Let's give you an example. I've got down here pumpkins, which actually makes food, and you'll see I've got 16 of 20 over there. You can see the stats on the data and redirected progress and things like that. So there's a lot of really useful information down there that I like. If I tap on the wood as well, okay, roughly how many, what I'm using here is pretty cool, very much so. I can boost it if I want to and speed them up. If I want to, as an example, if I think I've got enough now, I can cancel their actual task and then maybe send him over to do something else by clicking on that one and then assigning him to that one, and then he starts working on building up my wood. They're on nectar power at the moment, so they're going a lot faster. If I pause it, they're much slower, and you see the time. You can turn the time off, you can have the time going. Yeah, again, for an individual level, you can see what I've opened up already, starting from down here, progressing through, join the valley at level 4, working slowly towards doing all of these. As I start to open up more of these slots, then I can get into 5 and so forth. It's actually a very interesting game. I like it a lot. Now, please be aware that when you chop certain things down, they don't always come back. Now, the mushrooms do grow back. The berries do seem to come back as well, but mushrooms more so. For the trees, chopping down all the trees is not a good idea. So you actually have these kind of like evergroves over here. There's a mine ruin as well. There's another one over there. Down here is a clay pit. So there's certain areas or certain resource providers that are unlimited. So you don't have to destroy everything. So when you're looking at creating your circular village, think about the design that you would like to do. Now, some things can be moved. As an example, I can like drag it to a different location, but again, depends on what you want to do. Other things, no, they're fixed in place, you can't do it. These ones down here with the little troughs relate to feeding the horses for the village activities or the valley activities. This one down here is a kind of trader who comes back and sells me items. I like it. I like the way the game is going. It's certainly keeping me busy, and it's definitely make me think about what I want to do, because you've got to balance storage. You can produce certain items, but you are limited on the amount of space that you can have in there. You can build other storage for different kinds of items, and again, you're limited on what you can have down there, and again, you've got to balance it as well. Try not to make too much of some things, especially if you can't sell it, but make sure you've got enough of certain items. So for those of us who like playing Heyday, this is definitely a nice game that we might want to add to our game directory. So when this one is busy, you switch over to Heyday and vice versa. Again, you've got the option of adding the Supercell ID to it, so you have that ability to make more than one village, more than one valley with your friends from around the world. I would definitely say that you are looking to have active people. If there are not active people within the actual valley itself, then it's going to make it more challenging for you. So please pick and choose wisely in relation to the people that are there. Now, a great thing about the actual valley itself, you can actually see who is doing well or not by their stats within this one. So you can see who is participating, who has just joined, who is online, how long ago. So a lot of this data in some ways reminds me of some of the other games that Supercell has actually brought out that gives you a good indication. Now, I'm not sure on what everything does down here yet. I've not started the leader vote. I don't know what that one is. Maybe that's changing the leader roles. Browse Valley allows you to look. Okay, Valley settings allows you to change. Now, this is not my Valley. I didn't set it up. It's a team Valley, but it is kind of cool. And as you can see, there's a lot of other spots down here for new villages to be added in, or maybe new buildings. So very cool indeed. I like it. And I can foresee in the future the option of us maybe competing against others as well as we progress. I like this little option down here. If I click on this little icon here, like a kind of a radar, it gives me a whole map view of everything without all of the other bits and bobs. So I can kind of like zoom in, maybe review different valleys and different villages and have a look how they're doing, look at their layout. So for me, it's a possibility. Kind of cool indeed, and I like that one. I really, really do. All right, very nice indeed. Very, very nice. And I like the way this is progressing. I really do. Now, if you want to get it, please do download it. Give it a try. See what you think. I will be making videos on this for tips on how to play. I will probably include it into my schedule of streaming. I might just focus on videos for the moment because of the time it takes, but I definitely will enjoy looking at this. It is definitely a game that could go a long distance. It could. It really could. From speaking to some of the other guys in the chat, like those that play the Clash of Clans games, they like the option because there's a village, there's the development, they like the fact that you can progress it. Content-wise, that's the only thing we're concerned about, making videos and tips and suggestions, but we will see what happens on that one. But just for playing's sake, very nice indeed, very nice indeed. And by the way, down there in the shop, one of the options includes actually inviting your friends to play it as well, and you can get quite a lot of diamonds down there to actually help with your game progress by just inviting a few people. So why not do so? Okay, it is a game where you can buy items, so there is decoration, there are pets as well, there are clothing, costume changes, there are potions. You can get like a kind of a helper option, and there's other resources and bits and bobs as well. Now, I purchased some things. I've not bought everything. Sometimes I might buy specific items. So as an example, I might buy the socks down there because that will allow me to do something. So I don't mind spending my gems in the game for resources, and I've done that. Keep your eyes open for the discounts because they can be very nice indeed. But then again, maybe I'm not so interested in purchasing the eggs, but I might go with the wool because that's kind of cool, and I like that one. And that then goes into my storage and allows me to do other things, or to donate to the actual valley itself or to my village. At the moment, we don't have the option to donate to each other, but I hope that will come in the future as the game develops. There's a lot of potential here, and I mean a lot of potential. If you're interested in downloading, please do so. I know I would like to see you joining me in this wonderful game of Everdale. Okay, see you next time. Take care, have fun, and bye now.